Yo, what's good, everybody? Got another Beers with Barton. It is Sunday fun day, as some call it, August 13th, 2023. Hope everyone had a great weekend and is ready to go back to the grind tomorrow. Monday, not fun day, as I like to call it. So this past weekend, had a good weekend overall. Started off Friday, went over to some friend's house, watched Charlotte FC versus Miami FC in the interleague playoffs, which is between the MLS, which is the Major League Soccer here in the U.S., and the Major League Soccer in Mexico. And Charlotte actually won a couple games and were in the quarterfinals and got smoked by Leo Messi and Miami 4-0. They played probably a better game than normal and lost 4-0, so that tells you. But hung out with some friends, and that was a good time. And then Saturday, Michaela had a sleepover Friday night, one of her friends. And then on Saturday, woke up, headed over to my buddy's house, Danny Dimes, and we drove up to Cherokee. It's about 3 hours, 15 minutes from here, on some Indian reservation in Cherokee, North Carolina, to Harrah's Cherokee Casino. Last year, I was out there with Worst Best Friend around this time, August time frame. And I placed a couple bets for like the Men's World Cup, like I think it was Brazil or Netherlands to win, which it didn't hit. Chose UNC North Carolina to win the national championship. That didn't hit. And then I placed the bet for him for UConn to win the national championship, which is really good odds. I placed a bet for him. I didn't think it was going to hit, but, he probably didn't either, but good odds. Anyways, so he ended up winning, obviously. Pretty good payout. And so he takes the ticket up a couple months ago, but since I placed it, I had to be the one there to get the money. So anyways, we planned to do it. We only had 180 days from April, so we had to do it before October time frame. So Worst Best Friends up there playing poker tournaments anyway. He was up there since Thursday, I think. So we rolled up Saturday morning, got there about 1, cashed his ticket, hung out at the sports book, had a couple beers, went back to the hotel, had a couple more beers, hung out for a while, watched some golf, and then we headed back to the casino. Just Danny Dimes and I. My buddy Troy was still playing playing cards, and he stayed Thursday night at Cherokee Casino, and then I got a hotel Saturday night, and then just added another night Friday. So he stayed. So we just went and checked in the hotel that he was already at. Hung out. Ended up taking a taxi ride back. There's no Ubers in Cherokee, so you can't get an Uber. We've learned that the hard way. Got a taxi. They were really nice. Showed up. It's pouring down rain. We're like 2.9 miles from the casino, so it's pretty close, like a 7-minute ride. Their timing belt's about to break for sure. It's super loud, squeaky, and the lady was very nice, but she's like, it just started. I'm not sure if it's going to. I may have to call another taxi if this dies. And I got to kind of wind a little bit and go up some like hills to get back to it was an adventure, but we got there, went and chilled for a bit, had a really nice dinner at Roost Chris. Danny Dimes hooked me up with a fantastic steak dinner. He wined and dined me because I placed the bet for him, which was awesome. Had a nice dinner, and then went and chilled. They put a Wicked Weed brewery. They don't brew beer there, but the Wicked Weed like restaurant and bar in the casino. They had some live music. So we just hung out, had some beers. Unfortunately, Worst Best Friend got busted out after playing like 9-10 hours in a tournament. And he was doing good, real good, but didn't get to the money. So we went back to the hotel, chilled for a bit, had another beer, had some snacks, and just caught up. About midnight, we were ready to go to bed. Earlier, before we left, I sat on the end of the bed, and it's a cheap hotel. I mean, like, it's nothing special. It was like the old motels where the doors are like on the outside, like you don't have elevators that go in. Not nice, and definitely nice and clean. Everyone was great, but there wasn't anything special. And sat on the edge of the bed, and the frame underneath was pretty cheap, and it kind of like just came undone. So our bed's like slanted like this with our feet down. Couldn't figure out how to get it fixed. So it was kind of funny, but ended up going to bed about midnight. Got up about 8, rinsed off, packed up, hit the road. Got back in town about 12-ish. Hit a Starbucks, a little coffee and breakfast Sammy. And then I rolled home, hung out with Potter for a couple hours, Jessica and Michaela. They went to the Barbie movie yesterday. and they went swimming at her parents' house this afternoon. I went and met them, ordered some pizzas, watched the Niners and Raiders preseason game. Didn't go as we wanted, but it's preseason. It is what it is. You just want to see people get some playing time. But did that. We just got home a couple hours ago, maybe an hour and a half. Fed Potter, hanging out, doing laundry, getting ready for this week. Next week is brutal. I got to go into Uptown Charlotte for a couple days to be on site. But had a good weekend. It was fun. Spent some time with Danny Dimes, a little bit with Troy. He played a lot of cards, but got to hang out with him a bit, which is always nice, and have a couple beers. So we're back. I'm tired. I didn't work out much. I didn't work out on Friday, and obviously this weekend ate a lot of pizza and wings and steak and shrimp and drank beer. So probably put on a couple pounds. So I got to get back to the grind tomorrow for sure. Got to get a good night's sleep. It's almost 10. I'm pretty much going to shower after this. Get ready for bed. Back to the grind. But yeah, it was a good Cherokee weekend. I got to cash out a great bet by my buddy. Great odds. So it was a nice little payday for him. He did go to UConn, so he felt something deep within. But great weekend. It's almost over, which always sucks. A lot of driving. I mean, it's 3 hours there and 3 hours back. So it's a lot of driving in 2 days. We almost made a day trip out of it, but ended up deciding to stay at night, which is the right decision. Happy to be home. Happy to see Pop Man and the family. So enjoyed some time with the in-laws. So great weekend. Back to the grind. Long week. So this is a beer that I got. Man, I don't even know when I picked this up. Ghostface. May have been Danny Dimes that gave this to me, or I grabbed it somewhere, but I've had it for a while. It's Tunnel Road Honey Lager. It's pretty appropriate because we drove through some tunnels in the mountains. This is a Pinta 4.8. Drinks like a 4.9 like my Niners. Well, they didn't look good today. Trey Lance is, it's the backups that he played with for sure. The offensive line didn't give him a lot of time. Backup receivers, but man, he just didn't look good. Didn't look crisp. We'll see. Tough sledding for him. Hopefully Purdy's ready to go. Sam Darnold played most of the second half. I'd say third quarter, maybe a series into the fourth. And he looked all right. I mean, nothing crazy. Made some good throws. Definitely looked a lot more prepared than Lance. So it looks like Trey Lance is probably third on the depth chart behind Purdy and Darnold. And yeah, crazy. And if Purdy can't go, I could see Darnold being the starter. Not Trey Lance. Just crazy. His third-round pick a couple of years ago. Hope the kid gets a chance, whether it's with us or someone else. But he just doesn't look like he's ready to be an NFL quarterback. So that's it. Happy weekend to all. Good weekend up in Cherokee. It's beautiful up there in the mountains. The casino was packed. It was the World Series of Poker event, and it was a Saturday. So, I mean, it was just packed. We're sitting at the sports book, which is the betting on the games. They just opened up a year or so ago. I mean, people are betting like, is the first pitch of the game going to be a ball or strike? Is it, what run, what inning scoring? It's a little crazy, but it was packed, not only because of the World Series of Poker, but just because it's a weekend. Man, it was almost too many people. I was kind of peopled out. So glad to be back home. Glad to sleep in my bed tonight because, like I said, hotel wasn't bad. Nothing wrong with it, but, it was nothing fancy. And, the bed we're kind of sleeping on like an angle. It was kind of funny. So, all right, everybody, that's it. That's all I got. Happy Sunday, Cherokee weekend. Got it done. I'll be back up in the mountains in a couple weeks for a beer festival with my boys. So that'll be fun to go back up. So cheers. Again, Tunnel Road, Honey Lager, brewed and packaged by Ghostface Brewing in Morrisville, North Carolina. 4.8. I think it drinks like a 4.9, and it's going to be a Sepa. Easy drinker. Or a guzzler. Pretty sure I know what this is. Cheers, everybody. Yeah, it's got some honeyness to it. It's almost like toasted. A little bit of toastiness to it. Let's see if I can get a little bit of descriptions in here. No, that's it. It's just a honey lager. It's a lager. It's got some honey, a little toastiness. But all right, cheers, everybody. Great weekend here. Enjoyed getting to see my boys play tonight. Ready for the real NFL season to start. And enjoyed the roll up to Cherokee. It was worth the trip, obviously, to get some cash winnings on a great bet. So cheers, and that's all we got. Honey lager. All right. That's all she wrote. Tunnel roads take me home. Until next time, adeuces.